Okay, let's get the preliminary stuff out of the way. You guys know the routine. The special on the Cortex stack where you can get a bottle for $24.99 by entering the coupon code 10 and what's being called the only pre-made stack that works, a natural version of modafinil comparable to modafinil. Very, very strong onset, very long effect duration, very nice, smooth sort of exfil. Is still running until the end of the day. You know, today is Wednesday, at least, you know, EST, United States of America time, and the special ends at midnight tonight, basically. So 11:59 p.m. Eastern time is like the last minute you can get a bottle of Cortex for $24.99. Enter the coupon code 10 at livecortex.com. Special applies to the Smarter, Better, Faster book. That's our Nootropics protocol book. Imagine a guy or somebody with a near decade of experience taking nootropics writes a protocol book on how to take nootropics, what stacks to use, what distinctions to make, what to stack together to reach the limitless state. We did it on the Smarter, Better, Faster book. Enter the coupon code 10, get it for $10 off at $14. Livecortex.com for powerful nootropic products. All right, let's talk about triacetyluridine. The last time we talked about this was probably a year ago, right? Because there's just so much to fill in. I get content for the next 10 years. There's just so much to talk about when it comes to nootropics. So we're coming back around to the uridines and the triacetyluridines. Triacetyluridine is basically akin to the armodafinil for modafinil for uridine monophosphate. Okay, so triacetyluridine is the more potent, more readily absorbable, more bioavailable version of uridine monophosphate, which requires 20% lower doses and seems to have a quicker onset and a longer effect duration, right? That's basically what armodafinil does in comparison to modafinil. And it's a little more expensive, just like armodafinil is compared to modafinil. The dose range on uridine monophosphate is 75 to 500 milligrams. 500 is normally way too much for most folks. 150 to 250 is like a great dose range for uridine monophosphate. But then triacetyluridine, it's sort of more potent, more bioavailable, less dosage necessary derivative or analog, requires just about 25 to 75 milligram doses. That's the dose range, 25 to 75 milligrams. Now you can go to 100, you can go to 125, you can even go to 150. But for some that's going to be entirely too stimulating. The uridine and uridine analogues like uridine monophosphate and triacetyluridine potentiate the effect of caffeine through adenosine signaling, so it makes it very, very stimulatory. If you get up there in the 150 milligram range of triacetyluridine and you drink coffee, it might be too stimulating. And if you run into that problem, take 500 milligrams of L-theanine to balance it all out. Let's talk about the effects. The uridine analog, uridine monophosphate and triacetyluridine, that's, by the way, the main ingredient in the Cortex stack. That's why we used it, because there's no nootropic like it, not even modafinil. These things do everything, okay? So triacetyluridine, just like uridine monophosphate, does everything, verbal fluency particularly, because it works on phospholipid synthesis, so it gives you a lot more of a fluid brain. Phosphatidylcholine is like the structural outer sort of cell membranes of neurons, right? So it really increases brain fluidity. So verbal fluency is amazing. We've got folks that take the Cortex stack, a woman particularly, who gives speeches for a living. She swears by it because she can get up and have the verbal fluency of like a king emperor. I mean, it's just amazing. So there's verbal fluency, but uridine and triacetyluridine works on dopamine receptors, facilitating better dopamine signaling, specifically increases the receptor density. So you've got this blastful, like, motivating effect from when you take it. I mean, there's no question. You take it and you're just like, wow, I want to work, I'm ready, I'm pumped. It's like better than phenylpiracetam in that regard. Focus. Because the brain can function considerably better with triacetyluridine, focus is increased considerably. And the ability to sort of control the frontal lobes, control what's going on in the brain increases substantially with folks that respond to triacetyluridine. Again, testimonial for Cortex, a guy takes the Cortex stack, hits me up a couple days later and says, dude, I can get in the zone, the flow state way easier. And look, you can achieve that with just triacetyluridine at 25 to 75 milligram quantities. If you really want to stack it well, we'll talk about that in a second. Speed of processing. Because the uridine analogs, uridine monophosphate and triacetyluridine works on just improving brain fluidity, speed of processing is improved considerably, when you take triacetyluridine. And then all around mental energy, right? It just enlivens the frontal lobes. I mean, it is one of the best multifaceted multifactorial, right, and easy to use nootropics, there is. Triacetyluridine should absolutely be cycled like everything else. I'd say 3-4 days on, a couple days off. If you take it for 2-3 weeks straight, fine. Just take a week or two off. Do something like that. Just try to sort of take time off proportional, to maybe 50% less according to the time that you took it. So if you took it for a month, take 2 weeks off. If you took it for 2 months, take a month off. That's the gist of triacetyluridine. It's readily available, easily purchasable. It's legal to have it on the generally recognized as safe list in America, and it's a profoundly effective compound for all sort of nootropic functions. What does it stack well with? Well, uridine and uridine analogues stack well with choline sources and B vitamins and DHA. There's the infamous Mr. Happy stack, which is like uridine monophosphate in 200 or so milligram quantities, 150 milligrams alpha GPC, 1,000 milligrams or so DHA, a B complex, and some minerals like magnesium and selenium and some other things. Vitamin E, I believe. And so it stacks incredibly well with a choline source, right? You don't have to go that far. You could really get substantial triacetyluridine benefits by doing a stack like this. 50 milligrams triacetyluridine, 75 milligrams CDP choline, 1,000 milligrams of DHA, and a B complex. Run-of-the-mill B complex doesn't matter. As long as you're getting the RDA for B9 and B12, because those two B vitamins together with triacetyluridine and uridine monophosphate work to upregulate neurogenesis, cellular repair, and the growth and repair of neurons. So that's just a triacetyluridine. I suggest you guys totally try it if you guys are looking for like some new nootropics to try. Get it in the roster, keep it on the list, keep it front and center, because my friends, it is mighty epic. And remember, today, Wednesday, July 19th? Well, whatever it is, Wednesday. The special is ending on the Cortex Nootropic Stack. We can get it for $24.99 by entering the coupon code 10 at livecortex.com. Same with the Smarter, Better, Faster Nootropics Protocol book. You think these videos are good? You think we're giving you a lot of information in these videos? We packed density of nootropics protocol information in the Smarter, Better, Faster book. Get it at livecortex.com and get other powerful nootropic products. We'll talk to you next time.